Hey folks, welcome to week 7 of Get Out and Get Active. Hopefully you've been able to get out, enjoy the great weather, and enjoy the different activities that we've kind of been presenting this summer. So this week the workout's going to be focused around baseball. So whether that's catch outside, hitting some balls off of the tee, or playing a full game of baseball, great way to get out, get moving, have some fun with friends and family. So today's workout, we're going to focus a bit more on rotation, so rotating through the trunk, through the hips a little bit. I'm going to do some stuff to warm up the shoulders, make sure we have that good rotator cuff strength and shoulder health to try and mitigate any injuries to the shoulder, and then obviously some leg stuff as well because with baseball we're definitely incorporating the legs for running and things like that. So we'll get started with our warm up here. I'm just gonna set a little timer here. Starting session. So we're going to start with arm circles and just little arm circles going backwards, okay? So I'm just taking the arms back, starting to warm up that shoulder joint. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's a little windy today, so, just bear with me. I put a few rocks on my mat, so hopefully it stays in place, but if I have to go chasing after it, it's worth it, to be out on a nice day like this. So just moving around those little circles, you can start to get them a little bit bigger if you want, but you'll start to feel those muscles around the shoulder working. We're moving that shoulder joint. Okay, so now we're going to go the other way with those shoulder circles, okay? So I was kind of going down and back. Now I'm going up and forward. I'm going to move. This is just 30 seconds. We're starting to warm up that shoulder. Again, the shoulder's really important in baseball, so we want to take that time to warm up the muscles, mobilize the area, and get them ready for throwing. So we're almost there. You can make the circles a little bigger. Awesome. So now we're going to go into a pigeon. So we're down on the ground. Get that triangle with the front knee. The back leg can be in behind. And then you can focus on sinking the hip down towards the ground. So I'm trying to sink my left hip down towards the ground. Getting a nice stretch through the glutes there. If you want, you can hinge forward while trying to sink that hip down. Okay, we're going to hit the other side. Getting that triangle with the knee, and then focus on sinking this hip down towards the ground to get that stretch through the glutes. And I can hinge forward if I need. Really important before you play baseball, warm up the lower body. A lot of times that sprint to first base, it give people some problems if they don't warm up properly. Okay, so next one's going to be bent knee rotation. So we're down on the mat, knees come up to 90, and then we're just dropping them down to one side. Okay, we'll just drop them down to one side for our time, and then we'll hit the other side. Just kind of getting the core, the low back. Okay, now we're going to head to the other side. Ooh, I feel a little tighter on that side. Okay. So from there, we're going to go into open books, okay? So we're going to get on the side like so, knees are stacked, and then we're just going to open up and then back. So we're getting that rotation through the upper body. Stretching out the chest. Okay, we're going to hit the other side now. right, so next one we're going to pop up and we're going to go into a little hip hinge, so kind of short stop position. So I'm standing, I'm just going to hinge until that web of my hand is kind of, like I'm sitting in the short stop position, ready to move wherever the ball is going to go. Just hinging, getting that hip action. The spine's going to stay neutral when we're hinging from the hips. Okay, and then we're going to finish with split stance, torso rotation. So I'm going to take a split stance like so, and I'm going to rotate. So I'm rotating towards that side where my leg is forward. Okay, we'll hit the other side. So switching feet, and now I'm rotating towards my right side. That's the leg that's forward. And time. Okay, great. So that's our warm up. Okay, so kind of hit the whole body, warmed it up, got it ready to go. I'm just going to set us up for our working set. So we'll have 3 different groups we'll go through. Each group's going to have 4 exercises, and we will do. We're going to do 30 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest in each of those groups. Okay. So group 1 is the first one we'll go through. We're going to do a reverse lunge with torso rotation. So we'll do our reverse lunge, and then we're going to rotate our trunk towards the forward leg, okay? Then we'll drive up, and then we'll switch, and we'll do that the other way, okay? So getting the lower body working and getting some separation between the lower body and upper body with that rotation. We'll do a low side plank, so we'll be on our forearm, and then in that side plank position, so hitting the core, lateral core. We'll do standing external rotation, so good exercise just for our rotator cuff, so doing this external rotation movement, and then lastly we'll do push-up. Okay, so that's 4 exercises in group 1. So yeah, let's get into it. So set my timer. Starting session. I'm gonna phone in a bit of shade. Okay, reverse lunges we're starting with. So lunge, and then rotate, and then the other side. Okay, just rotate whatever's comfortable for you as we're going through this. Feel the front leg doing the work for you. And as always, go at your own pace. Focus on your technique. Make sure the technique's good while we're going through the workout. Okay, so we've done that. So we're getting down for our side plank. So it'll look like this. On the forearm, you can either do it off the knees or off the feet, okay? So whatever's right for you, we're going to switch halfway. Okay, we're going to switch. So go on the other side. Try and keep that head in a nice neutral position so the neck's relaxed. Feel the core on the underside working. Okay, so we're going into our standing external rotation. So we'll stand up. Bring the arms right out to the side, elbows bent at 90 degrees, and then we're just rotating back. Okay, so as you rotate back, you're going to feel those rotator cuff muscles working. We're working on that range of motion through the shoulder. Try and keep the elbow up when you're doing it. Don't let it start dropping down on you. So again, this is a good one as an exercise. You could even add a little weight, or it's also a great warm-up before you play baseball or do some throwing. Okay, so the last one's going to be our push-ups. You can do them off the knees if you need. And it's a bit of a warm one out here, so I'm going to pace myself today. And by all means, again, you go at your pace for the current situation that you're in. Okay, back into our reverse lunges. Make sure we're keeping that foot nice and grounded. Rotate. Rotate. And again, what's comfortable for you as far as the range that you're going for. And time. Okay, so we're going to get ready for our low plank next. Pop up, cores tight. Okay, we're going to hit the other side. All right, we're popping up again. Getting ready for our external rotations, standing external rotations. Rotating back. Feeling those rotator cuff muscles working for us. All right. Good work, good work. So we're getting ready for our push-up next here. All right. Okay, so we got 2 rounds down. We've got 1 left to go at group 1. Few breaths. We're getting ready for that reverse lunge with rotation. Feel that weight on the front leg. Then we turn. Whew. Doing great, doing great. Okay, so we got our low plank next. We're working on that core. Okay, we're going to hit the other side. That switch, core is tight. Neutral neck. All right. Okay, 2 left in this group. So we're going to stand up. We've got the standing external rotations next. Rotating back, feeling those shoulders. Do that work. Again, this one's important because when we're throwing forward, it's those muscles in the back of our shoulder that really help keep the shoulder in its place in the shoulder joint. Help slow down the arm as well so that, we don't do damage when throwing. So we want to make sure those external rotators are healthy and strong. All right. So push-up. Last one's going to be our push-up. Keep your core tight. Modify as you need. Okay, that's it, folks. So we did our first group there. So grab a little breather, grab a drink as you need. I'm going to take a second here, and then I'll introduce group 2, the exercise that we're going to do in that group, okay? All right. Ooh, brought a towel out. Warm one. Okay, so group 2, we're going to do a fielder's lateral lunge. So all that is we're going to get in position here, split squat, or split kind of stance. When we go down, the hands are going to go down as if we were fielding a baseball. Okay, then we can go to the other side, same thing. If you want a little more challenging, a little more dynamic, it's step out, grab it, back up, and then you can do the other side, okay? So pick what's right for you there. Then we're doing overhead squat. Okay, so we're working on a little bit of upper body mobility, lower body mobility. So feet are going to be hip width apart, hands are going to go up overhead. We're going to squat down, trying to keep those hands up as best we can comfortably, okay? So they may not be directly over our head, but we're going to feel those upper back muscles working to help keep the hands overhead for that good range of motion there. Then we're going to do a shoulder tap plank. So we're in the plank. We're just lifting one shoulder, touching the other, so it works on a bit of that rotary stability, so those core muscles fire up on that other side. And then the last one's going to be a quadruped elbow to sky. So be on all fours, hands and knees. One hand goes on the back of our head, and then the elbow is going to go up towards the sky, and we're going to turn, so we're working on that thoracic rotation. Okay, so 4 exercises, just like last time. 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest.
Starting session.
Let's do it. So we're starting with fielder's lateral lunge, okay? Nice wide stance. I'm down, and then I'm over to the other side, okay? So we're loading that leg, catching the ball, getting a little stretch on the other side there. A little bit of nature there flying by me. Good. Again, reaching down, grabbing that ball, then over to the other side. Feel that outside leg get loaded. Trail one gets the stretch. And time. Okay, so overhead squats coming next, folks. We're going to be loading the legs there again. Like I said, the hands are up. Good, should feel it in the legs, should feel it in the upper back, shouldn't feel your low back very much, okay? So you go as low as you can comfortably, keeping that low back nice and neutral, all right? Okay, shoulder tap plank. So we're going down in that plank position, touching the shoulders, core stays tight, all right? Try and keep that nice straight line through the body. If you need it a little easier, the feet go wider, the hands go narrower. If you want a real challenge, hands are shoulder width, feet are shoulder width apart. All right. And then we're into our quadruped elbow to sky. So we can probably stay down there on the hands and knees, elbow on the back of the head, up towards the ceiling. Okay, other side. Okay. So getting ready for that fielder's lateral lunge. So that's first group down, folks. Nice wide stance. Over to the side. Good, so just back and forth. Make that catch. And then we throw it to first, right, or wherever. All right. Okay, get ready for our overhead squat. Okay, so the hands are up. Again, trying to keep them back as much as you can comfortably, right? And time. Definitely feel the upper back going with those. Okay, so shoulder taps are coming next. Shoulder tap plank. And time. Okay, okay. Quadruped elbow to sky, so we're back down. Hands and knees, hand on the back of the head. Open up. Okay, other side. All right. A little breather. Getting ready for our last round here. So fielder's lateral lunge. Good. Getting that lateral movement, loading that outside leg. Get the stretch through the trail leg. All right. Getting ready for overhead squats. Hands are up. Woo. That one built up. Okay, so we're getting ready for our shoulder taps now. Core is tight. All right. I got up, but we're getting into our quadruped elbow to sky now, okay? So last one in this round. Okay, we're hitting the other side. That's time. Good work, folks. Group 2 done. Retreat into a little bit of shade here for a second. Grab a drink. Catch your breath. And then we'll do group 3. So that'll be our last one. Then we'll do a little cool down. Doing great so far. Great work. Okay. So I'll introduce group 3. So group 3, we're going to do bent arm tornadoes. So it's getting some rotation through the trunk, right? Getting those muscles working that help us rotate, and then stretching out those muscles that may restrict us. So we're getting a little kind of split stance, or a little parallel stance, but a little bend in the knees. We're going to have our hands out in front of us, and then we're just going to try and keep our lower bodies quiet, and then we're rotating our upper body back and forth like that, okay? Then we'll do a split squat. So split squat, just getting that split stance, lower on the front leg, drive up, okay? After we've done the split squat, down on the mat, we're going to do a glute bridge. So I think everyone's familiar with that. Lying on the back, pull your feet in towards your bum, and then just extend your hips up into full extension. And then lastly, bent over T raises. So we're going to hinge, nice flat back, and then we're just doing our T raises. So right out to the side like so, working on that upper back, right? All right, so that's group 3. We caught our breath. Let's get into it and finish strong here. Starting session. So we're going to start with those tornadoes. Bent arm tornadoes, parallel stance, little squat, rotating back and forth, okay? So you go at whatever pace is comfortable for you. If you want it nice and slow, no problem. If you want to give it a little bit more speed and then you need to slow down, no problem, okay? Just trying to get whatever rotation's comfortable. The more we can rotate and the more powerfully, helps us with our throw, helps us with our batting, all those things. And time. So we'll get ready for our split squats. I'll do half on one side, half on one side, half on the other. Nice and controlled, make sure that front foot stays flat. Okay, let's switch. All right. So split squats, so now we're down on the ground for our glute bridges. Push the foot in the ground, squeeze the glutes. So feeling the hamstrings, feeling the glutes, core stays tight. That's time. Okay, and then last one's bent over T raises. So we're going to get up. Remember, when we hinge, back stays nice and neutral. Ooh, okay, 1 round down, 2 left to go, folks. Doing great. So get ready for those bent arm rotations, or bent arm tornadoes, sorry. Again, at whatever pace is good for you. Getting that rotation. Starting session. All right, so we're on the bent arm rotations. So sorry there, folks. Had a little technical difficulty. It was pretty hot outside, and I think the computer overheated and stopped recording. So I finished the workout. Got a good sweat, but we're gonna start recording the last bit here. So again, moving the upper body, keeping that lower body nice and quiet as we're rotating back and forth. All right, and then we're going into split squats next. So our split squats are our next exercise, so we can get set. Nice and controlled. That foot stays nice and flat as we go down, so the front foot's flat. Push that whole foot into the ground. Really feeling most of the weight on that front leg as we're going through the movement. Okay, we'll switch sides. And time. Okay, so we're going on to the glute bridge next. So we're down on the mat. Feet are flat on the ground. Push the feet in the ground, squeeze the glutes. Core stays tight so we don't overarch that back, okay? We want a little harder, the hands can go up. A little more support, the arms can go out, okay? So you find what's best for you. Alright, and then our last one's a bent over T raises. So remember when we hinge forward, nice flat back, neutral spine. Feel that squeeze in between our shoulder blades. Feel that chest open up, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Alright. So that's 2 down, 1 round left to go. Gonna get set for our bent arm tornadoes. Bend the knees. Again, we're rotating side to side. So whatever pace is comfortable for you. Almost there. Okay. Now we're going to get ready for our split squats coming up next. Keeping that front foot flat as you push it into the ground. Switch sides. And time. Okay, down on the ground for a glute bridge. And then our last one's going to be those bent over T raises again. Good work, everyone. That squeeze between the shoulder blades. And time. Alright, so that's it. Awesome work. Grab a drink, grab a breather if you need. And then we're just going to get into a little cool down, kind of stretch things out, bring the heart rate back down to finish off Go-Go Week 7 workout and our baseball workout. So we're going to pop down on the ground. We're going to finish with that pigeon stretch again. So again, thinking about sinking that hip. So my left knee's forward. I'm thinking about sinking my left hip down towards the ground. I'm breathing while I'm going through this. If I want, I can hinge forward. Again, trying to keep the back nice and flat. So we don't want to round through the back. Keep the spine long. Sink that hip down. We can hinge forward. Good, we're going to hit the other side. So again, making that triangle with the front knee, sinking my right hip down towards the ground as best I can. Nice and long through my spine, hinging forward. Great. From there, we're going to go into the bent knee rotation. So we're just going to hold this. So we're going to, we're a bit more dynamic with it in our warm-up, but now we're just going to be a little more static, breathing through it and letting those knees drop down. Trying to keep this right shoulder down. So if your knees don't quite go all the way down, when you're keeping that right shoulder down, or whichever shoulder, the opposite shoulder, no problem. So now we'll hit the other side. So now I'm dropping my knees to the right. I'm trying to keep my left shoulder down. Great one for the low back, kind of the obliques, all that area of the body. Good, from there we're just going to kind of roll over a little and we're going to go right into an open book. So I'm going to keep these knees pinned down now, and I'm just going to get as far as I can with the upper body. So you can see I'm trying to get that left shoulder, left hand down towards the ground. Yeah, I just get as far as I can comfortably. So kind of a little more focused on the upper body, but still getting through the obliques and the core as well. And getting that separation between the upper and lower body. Okay, so now I'll drop the knees to the other side. I'll let my body rotate. I'm going to pin my knees down, and I'm going to open up the other way. With a little better rotation this way. Breathing through it the whole time so we can recover. Relax, recover. Okay, so that's great. And then we're just going to finish with a hamstring stretch, okay? Really important in baseball, we get those hamstrings, you know, stretched out and warmed up before we play. So foot's out in front of me, I'm going to pull the toe towards my shin. I'm going to hinge from my hip, so my torso's going forward, my bum's going back, and I'm getting a nice stretch from my calf, my hamstring, whole back of the leg here. Okay, we hit the other side, toes up, hinging forward. All right, that's it. So yeah, great workout. That's week 7 of Get Out and Get Active. Hopefully you can use this workout again. Like I said, you could use the warm-up maybe before you play baseball. Warms up the shoulders, core, gets the rotation through the trunk, gets the legs warmed up. All the things we need to focus on to make sure we're ready and warm so that we can perform in our baseball game, our game and catch, whatever it may be, or any outdoor activity that we're going to be doing at a higher level or higher effort. We want to make sure we take that time to warm up. So have a great week, folks, and we'll see you back again next week for week 8. Take care.